Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is a best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives, making that impact, making that income, and living fulfilling lives. And today I'm going to talk about something that is key to you making that income and making that impact, which is reviewing. And we're going to do this together. We're going to review the last quarter, right? So, why is this important and key for your success? Because unless you review, you stop and look back and improve on that, you might not be able to make the changes that are necessary. You might not be able to get the right feedback at the right time that will inform your future actions. Does this ever happen to you where you do something over a whole year and you look back and say, what was I doing? If you had known in January that no, this is not working, or in February or in June, then you have time to look back and say, let me fix it. Right? If you know that this is not working, but you keep in it, being busy and ignoring the results, then you have the whole year to look back on, or years to look back on and say, I wish I had known better. I wish I had made the changes. And that's not what we want. If you want to be successful in your lifetime, then it has to be habitual, that you take a moment to pause, and not just pause, but pause and look back and ask yourself some questions, some tough questions. How are you feeling? What is happening? Is there a result? Why is there no result? Should you continue on this course? Because then you can prevent waste of time, waste of resources. You can prevent unnecessary mistakes. You can prevent hurt and pain. You can prevent all that because you pause and you look back. In the thick of things, on a day-to-day basis, if you just keep going, get busy, get going, and you don't stop, which I used to do a lot. Like stopping used to scare me. Those pauses used to scare me because I didn't want to stay in my thoughts. What will happen is you waste a lot of time doing the wrong things when you could have corrected it in good time. So reviews are important. You have to embed them in your everyday life. But basically, they should be habitual. Weekly reviews, monthly reviews, quarterly reviews. So that when you get to the annual review, you look back and you're like, you know what? No, that was good. You don't have to fix the whole year. You only have to fix a month or a week. Makes sense, right? So the first question you should ask in your review, and we're reviewing this quarter, right? This past quarter. What worked? What worked? We want to know what worked so we can repeat it. We want to know what worked so we can understand why it worked. We want to know what worked so we can extract the process there and be able to apply it to other areas. What mood were you in? What friendships were you in when things worked? You want to replicate it. At the same time, the second question you ask is, what didn't work? You want the same things, right? You want to know why it didn't work, what was the mood, who was around you, what was the influence, so that you can stop what didn't work. If your goal is to lose weight, I use that a lot because it's a simple thing to think about. So if your goal is to lose weight and you know that when I am hanging with this friend, we eat too much and it just messes everything. When I'm hanging with this friend, we get lazy and we don't work out. But when I'm with this one, I get inspired. So you know what worked and what doesn't work. So if your goal is important for you, you limit the time you're spending with the negative energies and focus with the positive one because you have a goal in mind. You get it? So that's what you can do. If you do this review at the end of a year, you have spent 12 months in something that has not worked. When you do this review at the end of a week or at the end of a month, then you only have like a month to correct, a quarter to correct, which is good. So notice these things, what worked and what didn't work. And let's move forward with those. Moving forward with those means making adjustments. Oh, there's nothing worse than knowing what needs to change and never changing it. The guilt that will come from that place, the pain that will come from that place over time. There's this thing I heard, which I liked. It was like, when you are angry and you don't address it, over time that will become bitterness. And bitterness is worse than anger. It's like it's something that people will just sense that this person is, said instead of negativity. Anger can be directed at a thing. Bitterness is just a state of being, right? When you don't address things, they fester and then they become, and they start to stink and they start to infect and contaminate the areas around you. So it's the same thing with this. When you know what to do, what worked, and you know what you shouldn't do, what didn't work, and you don't make any adjustments, you're trapping yourself. You're trapping yourself. Some people say, I know what I need to do to lose weight. Or you haven't lost it. I know what I need to solve my money problems. I spend too much. You're not fixing it. that will fester and it will cause so many more problems and just affect your life. Like you lose your self-respect. So you can't trust yourself. You know it's not good for me. Why am I still doing it? You can't trust yourself, and that will affect how you show up in the relationships you're in your work, in your business. It will affect everything. So please make the right adjustments after you have discovered what worked and what didn't work. The next thing you must do is to prioritize your goals, right? So we're analyzing a quarter. We only have another quarter to go to, and the year is over. Okay. All right. So what goals didn't work? What ambitions did you have? Now, don't say, okay, I didn't achieve this over 9 months, but I will try to achieve it in the next 3 months. No, prioritize your goals. There are some things you have learned and say, you know what, this is not possible right now. Which one is most important? I love another saying which says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your work. Most of your goals would shift if only you worked on the 20% that is important. For most people, working on their money affects their relationships. It affects all their prayer points because they're praying for money, for rent, they're praying for money for school. Like getting the right amount of money or making profits in their business will affect everything. So instead of saying, okay, I wanted to work on 17 things this year, now I have one more quarter to go, what should I do? You can say, okay, among the 17, which are my top five? Among the top five, which one is my top most? Let me give energy to it. Prioritize. When you prioritize, it helps you focus your energy and it can go far. It's like when you have like 12 plants and you only have 1 liter of water, you put a little bit on everyone. You'll find that all of them can die because they never got enough. But if you just focus on one for the day and tomorrow one, the others will struggle, but then you're pouring so much they can grow eventually. So that's the power of focus and priorities. A lot of things will demand your attention, but not everything should get your attention. So do that. Prioritize, set your goals, and choose one. Eliminate. And eliminating doesn't mean that the rest are irrelevant. It just means that in this moment, right now, this is what is important. That's what I'm going to give my energy to. If you achieve that, you can say, okay, now the next one, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now you have prioritized your goals for moving forward, right? Now let's check your habits. If you have set goals, your goals have to be backed up by habits. Because if your goal is to build a business and you don't even know what business to build, and all your days are spent being busy with other things, like you're at work, after work, you're watching TV, and then you sleep, when are you going to get the time to think about the business ideas? Or if you want to lose weight but you're busy, life is happening, when are you going to get it? You have to create time in your schedule to work on things that matter to you, the things that you're saying are priorities, and the things that are goals to you. And that means habits. So you have to check your habits. Where do I waste time? Because we all have places where we waste time. You know how it is, like, I'm busy, work is so tight, I am so busy, but you still have 2 hours somehow to be on WhatsApp, to be on Facebook, somehow you still have that time. So we all have habits which we can cut out. We all have time we can create towards our goal, because your goal will flourish when you give it time. Whatever goal, if you give it more time, it will flourish. It will get a life of its own. It will build momentum and you start seeing results. So check your habits, reallocate your habits, build more fulfilling habits. And if you want to know all about habits, check this video right here or the description box right there. There are some cool resources that will help you with habit building. So do that and it will back up your goals and you start to see results moving forward. All right, so we have done a lot of analysis, right? You have analyzed what worked, what hasn't worked, and then we have said make adjustments, and we're saying, okay, prioritize your work, check your habits, and then I'm saying relax, breathe. Sometimes when you do these things, you've got like 70 things to do, like it just gives you like, okay, I must act now I must do everything, but relax and make a call. That allows you to just say, okay, what can I do today? What can I do today? Because you only have 24 hours in a day, and some of that you're sleeping, some of that you're working, some of that you're doing some necessary things. But what can you do today that allows you to make progress towards your goals? That is something practical. It can be read a book, it can be listen to someone, it can be talk to a friend, it can be make a phone call, whatever it is. What is that one thing you can do that will allow you to start making strides towards it and build some momentum? So relax. All right, you have big goals, you have big ambitions, but just make one call, right? Just make a call and say, I'm gonna do this. I commit to doing this. All right, now you have your new goals, you have your call, like the next thing you must do. Now stick with it. Stick with it. This is a secret, I'm telling you. Most of the things that you want to achieve will work if you stick with them. I give you a mango seed. My goodness, if you watch some of my videos, you'll find that I mention the mango seed a lot. I love mangoes. But anyways, if you have a mango seed and you plant it and you sit there waiting, and you're like, okay, I can't see any mangoes. And then some green thing comes out. It's like a little tree, like, okay, I don't see mangoes. I want to see mangoes come out. You'll be frustrated. You will be frustrated. And it won't be that the tree won't give you mangoes, but it just needs you to wait, to do the work, cultivate the tree, put water on it, put some manure on it, do something to cultivate it. It won't look like a mango when it comes out of the ground, but it is a tiny tree that when cultivated, it'll be big and it'll give you the mangoes that you need. You get the point, right? You do this process and you have a course of action. You have made a call and said, this is what I need to fix in my life. I need to start working up earlier so that I have time to think about 1, 2, 3. I need to start maybe giving more time to do research on my business, or I need to be doing, let's say, reconciliations for money in my business. Whatever it is that you say is going to be a big mover in your goals that you have just adjusted. Be patient and be resilient. Be diligent. Take care of work. Take care of work. Results don't follow your impatience. Results follow effort. So the mango tree will grow not because you're like, grow, come on, grow. No, it will grow because it's just time, right? It's just time, and you're doing the right things during the process. So what is your process? Be calm in that process. Be patient in that process. Trust that process and push. Be diligent. Don't be sloppy. Don't be slow, because the mango tree, if you don't water it, if you don't put manure in it, what will happen? It will stay a little mango tree. It will be stunted. Maybe it will give you fruit sometime in the future, far away, because you're not giving it the best. So it's the same thing with your goals. The things that you desire, let me repeat that. The things that you desire will happen, have the potential to happen, have the potential to successfully happen. But you have to do the right things long enough to see results. I do that with my coaching team. When I'm coaching people are like, no, I've been working out for like 3 weeks, nothing is happening. I'm like, but if you keep doing this, something will happen. But most people will quit before that and they never see the results. Don't let that be you. So that last quarter, let's learn the lessons from there. But let's go forward strong. Let's go forward clear. Let's go forward willing to do the work and to trust the process. I hope this was helpful for you. And if it was, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment so that I can know your thoughts and that one thing that you would do. And that one thing that you would do to make sure that you apply these learnings. Don't just learn things. Make sure you take something and say, from all those things that I want to do, just one thing that I'm going to do today is this. And that helps make the learning profitable for you. I am here every Tuesday with a video, every Thursday with the podcast. Check those out. If you want to do more work to get more effective, set powerful goals, goals that move you, and see them happen in your life, then check out the Productivity Party. It's an amazing class that will blow your mind and equip you for the effectiveness that you desire. Check it out in the description box. Get in touch if you have a question. DM me. My name is Mavis Tandizo Kanjaza. You can find me all over social media. I'd love to get in touch with you. Till next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.